Police releases counter-terror guidelines. In more stories, man chops off wife's head, killed by speeding lorry. In our sports, Joshua Cheptegei launches foundation, gives back to his people.
Was brought to you by
Everywhere you go, MTN.
Quite inevitable to start off with a sad news, but Uganda Police Force has issued 20 terror alert guidelines amidst ongoing incidents in the country. The Police Political Commissar, AIGP Asan Kasinje, released these guidelines on behalf of the IGP Okotho Chula, calling the public to be vigilant.
Police have given the public tactics of detecting and reporting any form of suspected terrorist acts in the communities.
As a member of the public, you are the first line of defense. Your eyes are the best weapon against terrorism. We call upon the public that if they see anything that is suspicious, let them inform their immediate local authority. We have so many people in our communities, community leaders, LC1 chairpersons, LC2 chairpersons, Gomborora chiefs. We also have village leaders in various ways. A member of the public can inform any of those that I have seen something, I've seen someone, and I'm suspicious of that person.
People using public transport are advised to be alert and conscious in regard to any unusual scene while traveling, since the sector seems to be among the potential target of terrorism.
We must emphasize identification of person and luggage, and we advise strongly that once the passengers have come and the luggages have been placed, they have been checked, they should be put near the bus, near the entrance. Whoever is entering should identify the luggage, it is picked, it is taken in. Any luggage that has not been identified by anybody, that luggage must be put aside and must not be put in a bus. Any luggage that has not been identified by any passenger must not be put on board. It must, the police must be called immediately, and they will take over this luggage. They know what to do.
Local leaders urged to register all residents and organize routine security meetings to enhance their security and vigilancy.
Local council members, please help us and hold regular village meetings to discuss the security of your community, of your village, of your ward.
Police have committed security to the higher institutions of learning, resuming Monday studies next week. These are supposed to create special security teams to analyze the situation in case of terror alertness within their vicinities.
We have minimized them. We require that students and other people visiting the university must use the main gate. This is our requirement now. But there are also going to be others. How you access your hall, how you access your lecture room, how you go around there are going to be posters, there are going to be many things that are going to be done at campuses.
So far, the country has experienced 3 explosions, claiming 5 lives in 10 days. Abdul Nasili Luwama and Lydia Chomukama for UBC News.
Well, that's quite sad, but moving on from that, Uganda police, tension and panic has gripped B9s on Banda village, Nakawa division, after one Lule Kasumba beheaded his lover using a panga. However, after the murder, Kasumba intentionally threw himself into a speeding trailer that knocked him dead. We have details on this devastating story.
bayingiza muyingize mu family kati ne bamwesiga nnyo nono omuwala bwagenze bwe bwatuse bwe nasindika sente ng'akola ki azisindikira mu buvubuka
kabadde yagende Dubai naleka abaana be mukaaga omuvubuka oyo Adimani yabadde abalabirira yabadde asindikiranga sente balabirira ng'ali Dubai ebintu byakozesa ndabika ye n'emvula yabadde afaanana abadde yasibasiba ebitwe kiteebereza okuba nti abadde akozesa jase mukazi we ate n'ajja eno neyesuula mu motoka ow'emmotoka naye n'amutomera kati kimugwanidde naye.
It is alleged that she was murdered by her colleague Mayanja Ure, commonly known as Axman. It is alleged Axman developed a misunderstanding with Ramola, held the panga and cut her to death. He later on ran away and jumped into an oncoming vehicle and was also knocked. He died instantly. His incident is being investigated as a suspected suicide, whereas the incident against Ramola is being investigated as murder.
Well, we pray that the Lord strengthens the families of the deceased. In more stories, 3 children have been confirmed dead after a suspected bomb they were playing with exploded at Segalia Village, Semutu Sub-County in Nakaseke District. The scene has now been cordoned off as the security bomb squad examines the area.
The scene at which 3 children perished in a bomb blast cordoned off by the team of bomb experts from counter-terrorism to examine and establish the device that exploded.
Children were playing with something similar to a passion fruit or an orange, which they didn't know that it was an explosion. They started playing with it like a ball. They started kicking it around, and somebody squeezed it with the intention of squeezing juice out of it. Unfortunately, it exploded.
The deceased have been identified as Pius Chiwuwa, aged 13 years, Michael Chinji, aged 15, and Odong, aged 9 months, were injured during the explosion at Segalie in Semto Sub-County, Nakaseke District. By the time of the blast, the grandmother of the children, one Aida Kalyango, was away in Lugazi looking after her sick mother.
Wetuli kega vice wange omukyala Aida Kalyango jjajja w'abaana bakubiddwa bomu.
Daniel Sepuya, the L1 chairperson of Segale Village, says that the bomb exploded on Friday at around 3 p.m. after the children picked it from an unidentified place and started playing with it.
Atolwedde abaana babadde mu kasheedi awo, baana tebabadde bangi nnyo, baana bato, omu yabadde wa myaka 15, omulala 13 n'omuto w'emyezi 10. N'olw'ensonga eyo nti ffe ng'abatuuze tubadde tetukirabangako era abatuuze bali mu kunyolwa ne mu ntiisa ey'amaanyi kuba okuva olutalo lwaggwa bali tebaddanga mu kufuna kikanga bwe kifaanana bwe kityo.
Sepuya explains that Chiwuwa died on the spot, whereas his brother breathed his last upon reaching at Nakaseke Hospital. Police spokesperson Savannah Regional ASP Issa Semogerere confirmed that 9-month-old Odong, who was rushed to Nakaseke Hospital for treatment after he sustained injuries, also died.
Chinji Michael sustained injuries and Odong Pius. We managed to evacuate these 2 injured to Nakaseke Hospital with the intention of saving their lives. Unfortunately, upon reaching Nakaseke, Chinji died. We also transferred Odong Pius to Bomba Military Hospital to get further medical attention. However, early in the morning, he was also pronounced dead.
Semogere said the bomb is believed to have been left behind by a family friend. He said more details will be communicated after the bomb experts have examined findings.
It is believed that there is somebody who brought this item or object and kept it with the grandmother of the home. However, when she was away to attend to a daughter who was delivering, kids picked the object unknowingly from the house and started playing with it.
Amawulire agabadde gagambibwa nti kyabadde mu nnyumba oba waliwo yakiteze si matuufu. Kirowoozebwa nti either abaana bano bayinza okuba nga ekintu ekyo bakironze bweru.
The resident district commissioner Nakaseke district Fred Bamwine has called the resident for vigilance.
In Mulago, being examined and the postmortem being carried out. So that's where we are at this stage, but it's a very unfortunate incident, and I want to warn the public that however much one is your friend, but if you bring such an object and keeps it to yourself, gives it to you for safe custody, you need to ask, what object is this and why are you keeping it? Otherwise you may have a weapon in the house when you may not be aware.
This is the third bomb blast in 1 week, and so far 6 persons have been killed. Haruna Mutesasira reporting in Segalye village, Semto sub-county in Nakaseke district for UBC News.
Well, in a period of just 10 days, we've had about 3 explosions. Now it's for every parent to be vigilant with their children out there. And we pray for the family of the deceased children. It's quite sad. Again, in more sad stories, well, not really sad stories, but Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has challenged MITYANA residents to embrace the NRM and be able to provide services and foster development in the area. Nabanja, who was in company of Lands Minister Judith Nabakoba and State Minister in charge of Luweero Triangle, Alice Kaboyo, was attending the commemoration service of Mother Mary Magdalene at St. Andrew's Cathedral in MITYANA district.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja has this Saturday attended prayers at St. Andrew's Cathedral in MITYANA district in commemoration of the Mother Mary Magdalene Day. The service was led by MITYANA Bishop, Right Reverend Dr. James Bukomeko.
Abasajja ffe batitiizi nemu abakazi mulemerako kasita ne Prime Minister w'ebyafaayo mukazi tujja kukolera wamu tulabe nga tuwangula.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja was in company of Lands Minister Judith Nabakoba and for Luweero Triangle Alice Kaboyo.
Abakyala mukimanyi bulungi n'abakoba byenkoze nammwe enkoko tuzirunze amalwaliro nga taddemukko byensobola abakyala nyimiridde nammwe mu mbeera yonna kubanga nakiraba ng'omukyala okunywerera obulungi waali alina okubanga ensawo eyinamu akantu.
Nabakoba used this opportunity to invite leaders and residents in the area to embrace the parish development model.
Basaba abakyala abali wano nti muddeeyo gye muvudde mutegeeze abakyala n'abaami n'abavubuka nti gavumenti ereese program gye bayita parish development model. Eyo program tusuubira nga gavumenti egenda kuyamba nnyo okutumbula omutindo gw'amaka.
Prime Minister Robin Nabanja was treated to music interlude as a recognition of her achievements and appointment as Uganda's Prime Minister.
China yayangu okulakulana kubanga balina president omwe emyaka 5 bamuyitanga Mao abasoma history mukimanyi okukyusa obukulembeze si kwe kukulakulana kw'eggwanga singa kwali kukulakulanya Uganda yali badde yakulakulana nnyo.
Nabanja invited the congregation to reflect on the past country's tough times which were dominated by no developments but rather conflicts.
Enkulakulana yonna gye mulaba ezerwa butebenkevu peace emirembe ng'osobola okukeera ku makya n'opulaning akantuko n'ogenda n'otunda n'okomawo ewaka akasenteko n'obeera nako.
As the MITYANA district warms up for women MP by-elections, Robin Nabanja reminded voters that it is only government-leaning leaders who can secure their portion from the national cake.
Ffe tulina ebintu ne woogenda ku floor n'oyogera n'obuyenje ne bugwa ng'ekintu tekiri mu nkola ya gavumenti omala budde. Oba tuli ffenna ebimu tubiteeseza mu caucus, NRM caucus. So kakati bw'obanga toli mu caucus ya NRM g'oyiiya engeri gy'oyingirako mu ngeri yo. Tuli ffenna kyova olaba nti ebitundu bwe bironda abantu nga b'opposition oluusi emikisa gye bayitako.
In attendance were church leaders, politicians, the faithful, among others.
Twagala kwaniriza ne Minisita w'ebyettaka Judith Nabakooba.
Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Now, in more stories, the Bishop of MITYANA Church of Uganda Diocese, the Right Reverend Dr. James Bukomeko, has chaired a diocese synod at Namukozi's Cathedral, MITYANA Municipality. The synod attracted over 200 clergy and senior Christians who included retired bishops, archdeacons and reverends, among others.
The Bishop of MITYANA Church of Uganda Diocese, the Right Reverend Dr. James Bukomeko, says it's the responsibility of the leaders to give communities hope and comfort during this COVID-19 era. Dr. Bukomeko made the remarks during the Diocese Synod meeting that attracted over 200 participants, including retired bishops, archdeacons, reverends, among others.
But let us not lose hope. Let us be like that man in chapter 4 of the Gospel according to John, who was a servant in the kingdom, who had a sick girl, but when he heard Jesus was coming, he went to present his problem to him. And Jesus said, because of your faith, go back, your girl is healed. In the same way, our Jesus is still there.
It was held at the Diocese Cathedral at Namukozi, MITYANA Municipality. The Bishop commended government for the efforts aimed at protecting the population against COVID-19 pandemic through. Dr. Bukomeko commended development partners, especially Equity Bank, for working with the diocese.
Which we have completed, we shall be able to do it. Also, if the bank promised to take the biggest part of it, which it has not yet done. So that's where I think we have problems. But I've met some people around here outside the meeting from Equity Bank. They are telling me they are going to do whatever it takes to see that that issue is resolved.
This is the maiden synod under the leadership of Bishop Dr. James Bukomeko since he took over the leadership of the diocese from now Archbishop Dr. Stephen Kazimba Mugalu.
Well, the increasing teenage pregnancies and possible HIV and AIDS infection during this COVID-19 pandemic is becoming a source of concern among political and opinion leaders in Mpigi district. Mpigi Health Officer Dr. Margaret Nanozi says that the district has registered over 1,664 girls who have been impregnated and 1.3% found with HIV and AIDS.
1,664 young girls in Mpigi district are feared to have been impregnated, and of these, 1.3% tested for HIV/AIDS between January to August 2021, according to Mpigi District Health Officer Dr. Margaret Nanyonzi. This situation is worrying and as a result of parents abandoning their family responsibilities. Dr. Nanyonzi cautioned parents against negotiating with the perpetrators of sexual abuse who reportedly give them money and other inducements to withdraw court.
Because of poverty levels or what, the perpetrators, some of these children are defiled. But the cases, last week the OC prisons was telling us they don't see the cases for defilement. However much we are presenting to them statistics of teenage pregnancy. But I think we really need to work together with the police and the probation officers, the community officers, to see to it that we bring these culprits to book, especially those ones who defile these girls. And also,
the district health officer made the remarks during a sexual reproductive health training in Mpigi, during which the country director, Korea International Cooperation Agency, Park Hae-young, handed over 1,000 mama kits to Mpigi district. Mpigi district chairman Martin Sejemba commended Korea International Cooperation Agency for the continuous support, especially in health sector. Sejemba also asked security organs to help in the fight against teenage pregnancies as they enforce curfew guidelines. He also appealed to parents to engage young girls in sports activities.
Security, the police, and other organizations of security, when we see such numbers of teenage pregnancy and we have not gotten any people convicted for causing such numbers, it is also another signal that we are doing somehow not very proper in terms of enforcing a law to prevent teenage pregnancy. So as we concentrate on enforcing curfew on border people and in the community, we also need to fetch out to these people who are causing the men who are causing these young girls pregnant.
The country director, Korea International Cooperation Agency, Park Hae-young, promised to continue supporting the pregnant teenagers and Mpigi residents on mindset change.
We are going to deliver babies, and we hope those mama kids shall bring safer and a better condition for the teenagers. The assembly project will always be with your sincere and best partner.
Asante sana.
Well, we'll take a short commercial break and we'll be back with business stories, more about urban development and the future of Ugandan cities.
Grow together with one of Uganda's largest companies. Apply for MTN shares for as low as 100,000 Uganda shillings. And when you apply using MTN Mobile Money, you get 10 free extra shares for every 100 shares you apply for. Dial *165*65# or use the MyMTN app to apply now. The terms and conditions of the offer and other important information are set out in the prospectus. For assistance, visit any MTN service center or Stanbic Bank branch countrywide or a licensed broker.
Getting GoTV was the best decision James has ever made. Finding a good place to watch football was never easy, but it was costly until James discovered something big. Now he can finally enjoy the benefits of homegrown advantage with a decoder and 1 month of GoTV value. For just 25,000 shillings, enjoy the world's biggest leagues and cap competitions. GoTV Uganda, love it.
You know, you could just buy a new smartphone from anywhere in Uganda. Dial *175*94# to activate their 100% double data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles for 3 months. Better yet, you automatically receive free 1 GB valid for 30 days. You are hooked already, aren't you? Enjoy 100% double data bonus from Airtel. Buy a smartphone from anywhere in Uganda and insert an Airtel SIM card. Dial *175*94# to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Dial *175# and select your preferred bundle to activate a 100% data bonus offer on weekly or monthly bundles, valid for 3 months. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Parents and guardians, this month of October, take all your children aged 15 years and below to the nearest health facility or outreach post for integrated child health days to receive a wide range of free services. The services will include immunization to protect them against killer yet vaccine-preventable diseases like measles, rubella, polio, diphtheria, whooping cough, pneumonia, meningitis, diarrhea, tetanus, hepatitis B, tuberculosis, and cancer of the cervix. Your child will also receive vitamin A and deworming tablets. Girls aged 10 years old and those who missed their second HPV vaccine dose will receive HPV vaccine to protect them against cancer of the cervix. Girls and women aged 15 to 49 years will also be immunized against tetanus and diphtheria. Due to polio outbreak in the region, every child under 5 years should be fully immunized as per the routine immunization schedule. Vaccines used for immunization are safe, effective and free and have been approved by the Ministry of Health and World Health Organization. Remember to follow all the COVID-19 prevention measures, including wearing a mask when in public, hand washing with water and soap, and keeping a distance of at least 2 meters from another person. Integrated Child Health Days, a healthy child, a happy family. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health with support from UNICEF, World Health Organization, Earth and partners.
Grow together with one of Uganda's largest companies. Apply for MTN shares for as low as 100,000 Uganda shillings. And when you apply using MTN mobile money, you get 10 free extra shares for every 100 shares you apply for. Dial *165*65# or use the MyMTN app to apply now. The terms and conditions of the offer and other important information are set out in the prospectus. For assistance, visit any MTN service center or Stanbic Bank branch countrywide or a licensed broker.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. In our business stories, urban planners want government to ensure that the recently approved cities and municipalities, including other urban areas, are well planned to reduce on disasters like flooding. According to Ministry of Lands and Urban Development, all urban areas need to have drainage master plans. We have details from Adiana Kuti.
Every 31st of October is World Cities Day, and this year's theme is Adapting Cities for Climate Resilience. This theme considers the fact that climate change has a huge impact on city residents, with thousands experiencing flooding, rising water levels and long periods of extreme temperatures. It is upon this backdrop that Uganda urban planners are calling on government to ensure that all urban settlements are well planned to mitigate the effects of climate change, such as floods. This was echoed during the stakeholders' engagement for Uganda Support to Municipal Infrastructure Development Program, USMID, under the Ministry of Lands and Urban Development.
If you look at these cities, the way they are designed, you find, we have issues. You see that we have issues the way they have been designed. And some of these, upcoming urban centers do not even have drainage master plans, for example. And under the Ministry of Lands, Housing and Urban Development, we are trying to work towards that, to ensure that all these urban centers or urban authorities that we are supporting, they have drainage master plans.
The Minister of State for Lands in charge of urban development, Opiga Kanya, says Uganda is urbanizing at a rate of 5.2% per annum, with 20% of the population living in urban areas, necessitating proper planning for disaster risk reduction.
What we need is, first of all, planning. Do a good plan for our cities so that they're able to accommodate the increasing number of people in the urban areas. Secondly, of course, once we have planned, then we need financing. First of all, local generation of financing revenue. But that will not be enough. We'll need more support.
Uganda already has a national urban policy to ensure that the urban sector effectively plays its role as the engine of the country's economic growth. Adiana Kute, UBC.
Transact using Airtel Money. Use Airtel Money to send money, buy airtime for self, do mobile banking, make merchant payments and international money transfers with a minimum of 1,000 shillings and get 5 minutes free Airtel to Airtel calls valid for 24 hours. 3 minutes offer is for any of these fast 5 transactions within the same calendar month. Terms and conditions apply. Airtel Money. Simple, secure, borderless.
The Ministry of Education and Sports has assured sportsmen and women on the commitment that it will complete the National High Altitude Training Center in Kapchora District. The multi-sport training ground in TERYET is expected to be completed by November this year and is hoped to attract many tourists and sports lovers in the country. This commitment was made by the Commissioner in charge of Physical Education and Sports, Reverend Canon Duncan Mugumya.
The nearly complete National High Altitude Training Facility TERYET on the slopes of Mount Elgon in Kapchora District is giving hope to the Ugandan sportsmen and women.
On all the parkings, all the paving work has been done. We see a big progress. Therefore, to me, if this pace continues, we will produce good work in the prescribed time.
The construction now in its finishing stage is expected to attract tourists into the country.
Having a last part of working on the turf field and making the running tracks and making sure that the project comes to a complete in the shortest possible time.
The center is expected to be the new training home for many Ugandan athletes and other sports disciplines.
This center will also look at many other sports. We'll have many other sports. That's why we have a playground. That's why we have other facilities that can facilitate other sports. Even basketball will be here.
It is 2,573 meters above sea level as recommended by sports experts.
The fact that it is on high altitude, it has a competitive advantage because training on high altitude itself affects the physiological system that you will be able to have to stand a better chance than somebody who trained on a lower altitude.
A primary school has also been constructed near the facility to feed it with talented youth, and a secondary school is in the offing.
Athletics time, sporting careers are determined a lot by age. Beyond a certain age, you cannot be an excellent athlete anymore. So you must have an education which will take you beyond your sporting life. So we have the primary school here, which has been built under this project. We now have the secondary school there, which is also going to be built under this project.
The actual construction started in 2017 following the presidential directive in appreciation of Moses Kipsiro for the double gold victory in the 2010 Commonwealth Games. Abdul Nasili Lubama, UBC News.
Well, thank you so much for watching UBC News tonight at 8 p.m. My name is Sharon Chomjusha with Miguel Muhammad on Sign Language. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for more news coming your way, and you can stay tuned for Business Roundup today.